Tim Cole here, and we are doing another monthly wrap as we race towards Christmas. This year has flown by. It has been an extremely busy year for real estate. To date, our busiest year since I've been in the industry, for sure. So what has changed from last month? Not a huge amount, to be honest. I think the market value is pretty consistent with what properties are worth. What has changed, I think, in the market is how we address the sales process, because there is so many buyers in the market at the moment and not a lot of stock available. When I say stock, I mean sellers bringing their homes to market. We know that there's an opportunity to create competition. So myself and my team are really structuring our campaigns about maximizing that competition, which then results in a top sales price. So where we're seeing the biggest difference is marketing the property in Broome, but far and wide through a number of different platforms. The database is making a huge difference just on the sheer size of it. Structuring up that all the buyers will go through a home open at once, and then having the clarity after that home open that we know that everyone has been through the property. The owner knows where they stand price-wise. The buyers know that they will have a response within a reasonable time, but they've also got time to check in with their broker, ensure they're comfortable with their offer, and ensure that it is their best offer, which is ultimately the best result for the seller. Generally, we're seeing that can take up to about a week to compile all the offers from all the buyers, check in with them all again, and ensure that it is absolutely they are putting their best foot forwards. But that is what is delivering the top price in the market at the moment. So price is very similar, but that competition really is driving the price. So we've had some exceptional sales prices over the last 4 to 6 weeks that we wouldn't have pictured the buyer paying that based on some of that market evidence. So while the market evidence is important to give us a guide as to what we think the property may sell for, it's the process and the marketing plan that we really need to stick to, because in complete honesty, we don't always get it right. I can't know what that property is worth to someone. I don't know their circumstance. They might be looking for 6 months and haven't been able to find a home. They might have just had a large inheritance. All of those factors are out of our control. I just need to create an environment where people will pay their most. So that has been a huge difference and very easy to do when there's a lot of buyers and competition in the market. If the conditions change, we will pivot on how we go to market, but that's working exceptionally well. The rental side, we have seen just slow down a little bit. Some of the corporates aren't paying quite as much for the premium properties that they previously have, and properties do seem to be sitting there for slightly longer on the market. Still doesn't seem to be an issue renting properties, but it just seems to be a slight shift. So it'll be interesting to see whether that changes over the coming months. It hasn't affected sales prices yet. I think any small changes in rental values have been offset with rate cuts, so that's not an issue, but that's something that we'll have to watch over the coming months as to whether that's going to affect sales prices. We are rolling into Christmas rapidly, as I mentioned before, which means going into wet season. These days, it makes very little difference for what is the best time to sell your home. We have a lot of people ask us, is dry season better? I don't think so at all. Sorry, I just lost my voice for a second there. It really makes no difference. In the past, where the buyers were tourists coming up in the dry season and they were buying a holiday home and stuff, it mattered. We have a very different buyer these days. They're a local buyer, or they're someone moving up, or they're an interstate investor. So time of year is irrelevant. I do find this is actually one of our best times of year to sell, and we are extremely busy at the moment. Tenco has a number of properties coming on, which is great, because if you are looking to move up here in January or February, you are most likely looking to buy now. So a lot of buyers in that respect. We will keep you updated every month on any changes. Not huge changes from this month to last, but yeah, looking forward to seeing how things pan out over the next few months. I always say, if you have any questions, even if they're tiny, please give me a call. We're always happy to help.